Scott Dunn with Simpler Consulting. I wanted to share with you what an Agile product development team, in this case a software development team, looks like in their Obeya or development space. So this is an example of a product development team that's working to deploy an ERP system at one of our clients. I'm going to walk you through basically their workspace and how they've organized things. So we start off, they have a micro charter, a single page document that kind of outlines what it is they want to accomplish, the program definition, the business rationale, critical success factors, the implications, and their release plan, what it is they intend to accomplish over each 3-month period. Also the environment of the project, who's on the team. This is the first document that they create. It just kind of sets the foundation for how is this product development team going to work. From this document then, moving in this direction, they then develop a product backbone. This is a decomposition of all the things that need to be built or designed or coded, tested, you name it, by functional area, by subassembly, etc. So in this case, they're working on modules in the ERP system related to finance and customer management and supply chain and reporting, etc. These cards on the wall represent the user stories, or if you're from a PMI world, think of them as deliverables, that the team has to produce within the current 3-month release. Each user story has a number of attributes. It has a definition, it has conditions of satisfaction or the acceptance criteria, it has a certain size value, which represents how much energy it's going to take to do that work. It even has a type indicator that talks about whether it's a research spike, a study and learn activity, the R, or if it's something that we just have to produce. So if you look through what we have in the product backlog, we have things related to advanced plant maintenance. All of these user stories, all of these deliverables correspond to things like doing research on total preventative maintenance, building a dashboard for APM, doing data migration activities. All these things under advanced plant maintenance. Now, as we start to get ready to do the work, we slide in this direction. This is the staging area that the product owners use to identify what's going to be done in the next sprint and the sprint after that. So this is where we're getting ready to have the team start to pull work into their Agile Scrum cycle. This is a Scrum-based team, which is one of several recipes you can choose to implement Agile. So as we move in this direction, this board is the team's task board. It identifies, here are the user stories that we're going to accomplish in the current 2-week sprint. They're on a 2-week cadence. They're color-coded here, and these color codes correspond to the tasks on the main task board. So we have these user stories that then get broken down by team members into specific tasks. So here are all my team members. Here are the days of the week. And here are the tasks, for example, that correspond to the projects module gap analysis user story, which is a research spike worth 5 story points. As the team progresses through their 2-week cycle, Friday to Thursday, 10 working days, they start to mark off tasks as complete. If a task should slip, if it can't be done on the date in which the team member committed, it gets a yellow dot, show slipped once. If it slips twice, it gets a red dot, and there's a requirement per the team's operating rules to ask for help. Every day the team moves the line of time forward, and everything that's behind the line of time should be crossed off. If it isn't done, it should get moved forward. So you can see right here, the team has 2 more days left in their sprint. They have had a number of tasks that have slipped, but they are working hard to get those user stories done. On the right-hand side of the team task board is where we do our tracking and monitoring of team performance. So this is the number of story points that have been committed to for the current sprint, 65. This is the plan rate. This is the actual rate. And it looks like they're going to hockey stick this puppy on the last couple of days of the sprint. Sometimes that happens. This is the burn down chart that shows the team's average velocity by sprint and how well they're performing. They had some spiky performance, but they're going to start to smooth that out. And then this section is used for issue management. You can see that around the boards, there's a number of things that are staged, like here are the completed stories that have been done. Here is material to actually size stories using planning poker cards. Back on the left, we had bins to hold stories that required review, stories that were going to be taken out of the queue, stories that were being considered for future releases. One thing I'll point out is this team has also adopted or defined some best practices. These is basically their working agreement, the things that they value and how they work together. And they've evolved this over the course of several retrospectives. A retrospective occurs at the end of every sprint where the team talks about what worked well together, what could have been better, and what they want to start doing differently. Part of their team practices includes this nice ship's bell, which they ring whenever they complete one of the user stories. So that's the overall look and feel of an Agile Obeya space. In this case, the Sightline team that's deploying the ERP system at one of our clients.